Hello, everybody. I'm here. Decided to do a live tonight. We'll see how this computer works now. I've done about everything I can do here. So we'll see how many people come in there tonight and see if we can talk about stuff. We'll talk about anything, just about anything. Really don't want to talk about politics, anything like that. But we'll talk about cars, trucks, and projects. We can talk about that. So we'll wait and see how many people jump in here. See what happens. But I am here. Might go for an hour, may go a half hour, just have to see how things go. See how many people come jump into here. Post here. Yeah. Very good if I don't see it. Yeah. There we go. And then we'll do this. That. Trying to figure this out here. There we go. Get that going. There's that. Let it get around out there. Somebody see it live and jump in, I hope. Go from there. Weather's been warm here. Been in the mid 80s. Almost 9. Well, I had about 92 the other day, so it's been plenty warm. Well, we got 2 watching and 1 like. Hello, everybody. Glad you come in. How's the weather everybody's way? Mine's been hot and dry, real dry. LP94 is in the house. How you doing, Mr. LP? How's things your way? I'm glad I could see today. Yesterday, I had a bunch of bean dust in my eyes. I had to go to the eye doctor and get my eyes washed out. And then they gave me some eye drops, made my eyes blurry. So I recovered from that. So far, I can kind of see about as good as I ever did. How's everything your way, LP? Staying busy? Or still recovering from no name? Yeah. Well, I worked on a combine, went out and looked at it because we got some belts that broke on it. And of course, when you open up all the doors and everything, while the breeze kicked up and blowed a bunch of dust in my eyes. I was okay. I thought I got it out. I washed it out, rinsed it out. And a couple hours later, it was not good. So ended up going to the eye doctor, just walked in. He knows me. So I walked in and told him what happened. And he done a little eye wash on it. And he said, well, I can give you some eye drops, or I can go to Walmart and get eye drops. But he said, I suggest you go home before you put the eye drops in. You won't be able to see to drive. I got home, put the eye drops in, man. He wasn't lying. It blurred me right up. So I stayed home all day yesterday. I didn't do anything. Well, normally I don't work on Fridays anyway. Friday's normally my time off. So I normally don't work on Fridays. So it worked out okay. I was a full-time bum yesterday. Felt bad about it too for a little bit. Did you ever get to be a bum at home and then feel bad about it for about that long, LP? It happened to me. It actually kind of felt good. It's like, man, that's what all retirement ought to be. So what you been working on? Anything good? I've been busy. I can't explain it. I can just tell you I've really been busy. It's been crazy. You know, I sandblasted, I think, for about 2 weeks straight, sandblasting tractor parts, tractors and car parts and two trailers. And man, I tell you, it's now I'm not sandblasting, but now I'm trying to catch up on the work that I missed out on because I was doing all the sandblasting. David, how you doing? Glad you stopped in, sir. How's everything? Heard you still kind of not feeling good, not top notch. Still praying for your mother-in-law. Still praying for her. So hopefully she gets good recovery going there. Gets on the better side of things. She will. She'll get on the better side. It just takes a little bit sometimes. I'm glad you stopped in. Yeah, it's been a busy. Anybody get to see that video, that trailer that I've been working on when I sandblasted and I took the suspension parts out of? My goodness, they're horrible. I got the parts in today for it. So feel like poo. I understand that. That week that I had all them allergies before No Name Nationals, man, you talk about feeling like poo, but I still had to work a couple days. I ended up working 4 days that week, and I was not good. Man, Friday, I thought, well, Friday, I'll get up early enough Friday if I didn't feel too bad. I said, I'll get up Friday, and I'll make the trip to Sykeston and go down there. And, man, I woke up at 4 o'clock Friday morning. I was hurting. I mean, allergies, they combined the beans next right across the road from me. And that stuff must have settled right in the house because I got up and it's like, this is not good. What do you mean it's dinner time? What in the world is that? You see that, David? He just ups and goes. It's dinner time. Like somebody rang the bell on him. Hey, come and get it, I understand that he's probably hungry. Yeah, he's probably hungry. He's probably running in the house right now, slamming the door and all kinds of stuff out of the garage. Yeah. So what you been doing, David, outside of being ill? Got a little bit of a runny nose tonight. Don't know why. I got a little runny nose. So I might have to get up and go get some tissue. I don't know yet. We'll see. I'll do that away from the camera. Won't do that in front of the camera. It's kind of like I don't eat in front of the camera. I think that's just kind of impolite stuff, but okay. Let's see. Went to rescue someone with a dead car battery, huh? Yeah, I understand. Didn't feel like it. Yeah. Oh, you're kidding. Turned the key and it started up. Wow. That almost sounds like a bad connection on the battery. If it didn't start for him before, maybe just bad, dirty cable. So, just throwing that out there. It could be that. That makes you feel bad. Or makes them feel bad. At least we've done the kindness of your heart. You went over to help. So even when you felt bad, that's winning right there. You go over to help somebody and you're not feeling good. That shows you got a heart. So Just put some new battery in. It wasn't them coated ones, was it, David? I mean, you know, I'm talking about the coated ends that were like red and black. I've seen coating on there not make a connection on them battery ends like that. I mean, if it's that style, I've run across that before. Coating on there won't give it a good. It could be, you know, battery will recover, you know, if you leave the battery, leave lights on or something like that. If you leave it off a little bit and let it set, the battery will kind of recover. So maybe that's it. Yeah, they probably left the lights on or something, you know, never thought about it. My truck, I'm sure, is like yours, got the auto on it. So it's always on auto in my truck. So I've never had to turn my lights on ever since I bought the truck. So I don't know if the light switch works. It must work. I got lights, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, I've never had to turn the light switch on. So they do their auto. I mean, it's got the running lights, running down the road during the daytime, and then it's got that sensor up there on the dash up there. When it gets dark enough, they kick the regular all the lights on. The age of technology, ain't it something? I tell you, it's amazing, what the farmers even have, I mean, these, well, I mean, they've had it for several years now, but, they get done combining the field. And as soon as they end that field to go to the next field, that computer in that combine's already sent the message to the local elevator and how many bushels per acre it produced and ran through the combine, how many acres it went across, moisture content through it sends it all that information, what field he was in, everything. It's amazing what they're doing now. It really is. Really don't need a driver. They got auto steer. Really don't need a driver. Never thought about that when we was on the farm. Our first combine didn't even have a cab on it. 101 International. That was our very first combine we ever had. That's back in the 60s. So for that, we had the old pull types, old AC pull type combine. We was ancient, though, I guess, back then in the 60s, 50s, and 60s. Everything was ancient to what we got going on today. I figure I'm not that old. So it's amazing what's occurred in the last really 35, 40 years, really, if we stop and think about things. Who'd ever thought? Yeah, I got all the parts for that car trailer that I sandblasted, so I'll get to put all that suspension back together come Monday. I'll put that all together. That won't take all that long. Got all new bolts, lock nuts, got new bushings for the leaf springs, got all that stuff. The suspension will be pretty good under the trailer. I fixed all the cracks that was in the frame, welded all them up, the holes in the frame, welded them, got them all welded up. So that's all done. All I got to do is put the suspension back under. I don't know if we're going to, get it primed and painted next week. I don't know that. Possibly. We'll see. I got two tractors in there. That yellow tractor, I finally got it fixed. There's no more oil leaks under it, thank goodness. So that yellow 3020 tractor, got that finally oil leak stopped. So that tractor is all rebuilt. I mean, that motor's all new. So now the steering's all new. So, but it was a fight. Yeah, video would jump. Yeah, that'd have been a good video. That'd been a good educational video there, David. Yeah, sure would have been. Yeah, that'd have been and it's still, I mean, it's still, you can put it, put it to use in the future here, I mean, here pretty soon that, the weather's going to get changed. It's going to change and it's going to get colder, and all these batteries that's out there that's marginal now. I mean, they're going to, once they hit that 30, that first 20-degree day, why all them marginal batteries is going to bite the dust out there. There'll be a lot of jumping going on, jump packing, changing batteries this year. Even the battery in my truck, it's probably, I'll bet it's 3 years old right now. So, I mean, it's at the end of its life. So I kind of figure first big cold snap it gets into, why it's gonna see me later, or I'll be seeing it with a new one. That's what I can. And the price of batteries is just unbelievable right now too. Have you seen the price of batteries? I mean, it's just like crazy. Dave, DRC Racing, how you doing? How's everything your way? Well, I'm glad to hear about your good progress report. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Well, I'm recovering from a bunch of bean dust in my eyes, Dave. I can tell you that. That's I didn't think I had it really bad. I knew it kind of blew in there. I washed it there at work and washed it out what I thought I got out, and that ink blowed up, and man, it was like having sand in my eyes, and I could go in there and wash my eyes out even here at home, and I could get a little bit of stuff out of it on a tissue, and it's like I got to go somewhere. So I ran in, and the eye doctor washed it out. And yesterday I was blind as it was. I wasn't blind, I was just real blurry with the eye drops. So, but I'm okay now. I mean, I see about as bad as I ever seen. Yeah. You read this here. Taking the duster out here in the next 2 weeks. Got a good buddy of driving it. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'll be glad to see the videos of it running. I know it's been a long time you've been wanting to get that car out and running. I know. And it sucks that, you're banged up and can't drive it. That sucks. But hey, it could have been a whole lot worse, Dave. Could have been a whole lot worse, I'm sure. Your truck is 5 years old. Do you ever have the battery out of it yet? Wow. Yeah, way too long. Yeah. It's kind of like my Dart I'm working on. I mean, I got it in the garage or got it in the shop out there, started working on it a couple of hours and had to pull it out because the trailer had to come in. So, it's just the way things are right now. I mean, I'll get this trailer out of the way pretty quick. It won't take long. Wow, 5 years. Wow. Best get ready for that one, David. Yeah. Yeah, I know the feeling. I was out 3 years with my injury. 3 years. That poor car sat out here 3 years. I didn't have anybody to run. It's not the fact it wouldn't have ran it. It was running when I parked it before I got hurt. So, but I didn't have anybody to race it. I got friends, but they all had their own cars. So, Kim fixes things. How you doing, Kim? How you been? Oh, wow. That is crazy, Kim. Wow. Wow. That's almost like eats up a savings account, doesn't it, Kim? It would eat up my savings account right now. I can tell you that. I've spent some money this year, man. 550s, 60s on the motor. Yeah. Yep. I think you'll be right in there. Yeah. Low fives. What do you think? 20s, 30s, teens? Somewhere there, maybe. That 512 I built for my car back a couple years ago. I kind of thought I'd be in the fives with it, high fives maybe, 590, 6.0 car or something like that. My car was fairly light. I mean, it was 2960 with me in it, loaded, ready to go at the starting line. So my car was fairly. I could have made that car real light. But, I had carpeting in that car, front to back. I had both bucket seats in there, full cloth. I mean, I had it all in there. Power windows, I had it all. So that car was really light. A guy could have made my car a lot lighter. But then the creature comfort goes away. So 20s, yeah. Boy, that'd be awesome. It gets down in there on a NOS. 490s. He thinks 490s. Boy, man, that would be insanely fast, I would think, for a 512, don't you think? Dave, do you think? I guess it depends how much you throw at it, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to go 490s, but I really wanted to be like a 580, 590 car. I think I could have been right there, but I knew it was going to take a much, much bigger motor than what I had. I mean, I was run a best of a 628 with that little motor. And I think I probably could have stepped the program up and got it, 16s, maybe a 6.0 on a good night. And that was no NOS on it. So I could have put nitrous on it though. That I actually built that motor. It could have handled nitrous. So, but it wasn't going to be a high RPM motor. That was its problem. I mean, it was a 1972 vintage pistons and stuff like that in there, and it wouldn't have liked that too much. Maybe a pass or two before it decided to, kick something out the side. Well, I thought for what I had, it was it was a 383 60 over piece, stock 440 crank, stock 440 rods, and some aftermarket Vanoli pistons. From 1972, that was heavy pistons then. I thought for what I had, I thought the motor was excellent. So could it stepped up a little bit? Yeah, it could have stepped up a little bit out of the 628s. So it ran the best of a 628. The last passes out that I had, it ran a 629 and a 632s. So I thought that was pretty bad fast for a little bitty motor, no more than what it was. So that's what I thought. Yeah, the 8th for mine, yeah. Kim, I could see in like a 650 car. That'd give you a thrill. 650 cars are, I mean, they're bad fast cars in the 8th, 650 in the 8th. Add 4 seconds to it, and that's a quarter mile. That's usually how I figure, just real quick numbers. So yeah, it ran good for what it was. It sure did. That motor had been together for, God, I guess 12 years. It was, I never abused it. I always kept it within its limits. I knew it wasn't going to be no 7,500 RPM motor. It wasn't that. It was about 68 on the top side, as much as you wanted to ring it. So, but it was a good piece. And what's a shame about it is that guy, I don't think he's ever made a pass at it as yet. And I heard it was for sale, but I haven't heard from that guy in quite a while. So I'd heard it was up for sale and whatever. And no, I'm not going to buy it back. No, I don't want a dedicated drag car anymore. I don't want that. I want something I can get in, turn key, drive it down the road if I want to, race it if I want to. I'm still going to make a pretty bad car out of that sport, believe it or not. Okay, Dave, thanks a lot for stopping in. I appreciate you stopping in, Dave. I really appreciate it. Take care down there. Keep up the good progress. I appreciate you. I really do. Kim, what are you working on in your shop down there? I know you're busy with a Jeep and all kinds of things. Yep. Something with a turbo. Well, my oldest son has got that 65 that's in the video chart and stuff on my channel. That car there, originally he was going to have a slant six turbo car. That was the original plan with that car. He wanted to put a turbo on it, and then he started looking at the price of trying to do that, and that went out of the wayside. So then he was going to put a small block in it, and he had a motor and stuff, and then I kind of convinced him to put a 383 in it, only because I had a motor that he could have. So I hooked him up with a block, and it was fairly fresh. It needed a little bit of work, but not much. So he put that 383 in there and stuff. Of course, now he's got some, I don't know how to put it, I guess, marriage issues now. So that's why there's a halt on that car. Sad. I hate to see that. But anyhow, it happens, and I hopefully he can get things worked out where he can get the car, and I'll finish getting it in color for him, and he can get it together. Because the motor's together, tranny's together, rear end's all there. The car's jammed out. I mean, all we got to do is really just paint the outside of the car, and he can assemble the car. He's got everything he needs for the car. So it's just a shame that he's had to go through that. Yeah. I went through it years ago. It wasn't no fun back then. Of course, now it's, that was, God, 2013, I think it was, I got divorced. So that's been many a moon ago now. So yeah, I hate to see anybody go through a divorce. I hate to see it. I went through it and I hated it, and I didn't lose anything. I mean, she's the one that walked down and walked on out of it. I kept everything, so she didn't want nothing. She left and didn't want nothing. Never looked back. So that happens. You just march on. What do you got the rings on that, Kim? Something like 28 or something? Am I right on that? Somewhere around. I know it's better than 25. I'm going to say 25, 28. I bet the ring gap. Something like that. Fab all the piping. Yeah. Yeah. Now you're gonna fab all the tubing for the turbo and the intercooler and all that. I mean, I take it you'll put an intercooler on it, I'm sure. Now, how's that Bronco 2 working out? I seen you ripping it in the video. I seen you ripping it through the yard. Universal kit. Yeah. There was a guy used to be around the town real close to me here. He had a Chevy S10, had a pair of turbos and in the bed. They was actually mounted in the bed, the turbos. I don't know how he got that to work. I'm sure he piped it on forward, I'm sure. Hey, Bob, how you doing? How's things in your neck of the woods? Ever see anything like that, Kim, where they, on an S10 where they put the turbos in the mounted them in the bed? You ever see anything like that? Who the Knitter's in here? Glad you come in. Glad you stopped by. Thanks for coming in, everybody. I appreciate it. I really do. Looks like we got about 6 watching. So, and it looks like this time maybe the live will hang in here for a while before it messes up. I hope. Last Saturday it was a mess trying to get the live to go, and it was bad. It frustrated me a little bit because I couldn't figure out why I'd done it. I still don't know why I'd done it. I shut it all down, turned it all off, let it sit for a day unplugged and not even on. So I don't know. Maybe the reset done something for it. I'm going to hope so anyway. How you doing, Who the Knitter? How you doing this evening? How's things your way? It's dry here. It's been warm. We've had a couple days near 90. Today was about 86, 87 today here. And it's dry. I mean, it's real. They've had a couple combine fires around me, field fires and stuff going on. So it's really, it's getting seriously dry. Got a chance of a little bit of rain coming in Monday, but they're not talking about it being much of a rain. I will take whatever, but yeah. I still haven't been down to go pick up my engine from the machine shop. I haven't had time. I mean, and he's only open from like 10 to 3, 10 to 4. It's about all he's open. And I really want to get down there and get the block picked up. It did make 40 over, so he said it should be a good block. That's what he says. So I need to get down and get that picked up. Probably this next week I'll get that done. But, I'm retired, but I work. So I work usually about 8 o'clock in the morning till about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So he's closed up shop by the time I'm getting off. So and I'll get the block picked up. But I got something else in mind on top of it too. So we'll see how that pans out. I got another motor that it'll be mine. I just got to get with the guy because he races all the time. He's a professional racer. But he built a nice motor. And he said, I'll turn you on to a motor that he built. So if I can get the coins together for that all together, why I'll own that one. So it'd be a pretty bad, fast engine going in that dark sport. Whose birthday? Whose birthday? Tell your dad happy birthday. David, whose birthday? I'm trying to look through here, see whose birthday. Oh, Who the Knitter? Who the Knitter? Well, tell your dad happy birthday. That's awesome. That's awesome. Bob, have you heard from Robbie? I'm sure he's getting ready to make his trip this way. I'm sure. Within the next week, I'm sure he is. Because, I think, I can't remember when that Mopar Blast is at Gateway. It's not this week because this next weekend is Havana. They got their 2-day race, and then the week after that. So it's in 2 weeks. There'll be the Mopar race. So I haven't heard from Robbie this week. I heard from him last week, but I haven't heard from him this week. So I guess everything's doing okay. I might get off the live and give him a ring. See, the 14th. Yeah, I'm thinking you're right, 14th, something like that. Yeah. Wish he'd just come back and stay myself, but he's fun to be around. I like Robbie. He's a good guy. Do whatever I can to help him or anybody else like him. So. It's a pretty nice day today. I mean, I went up and I picked up the parts that come in for that trailer, and like anything else, you get something shipped to you. You want to make sure that you check all the parts in the bag, make sure you got enough parts, that they boxed them right, and you got all the nuts and bolts. And because when I come in Monday, I'm going to hit that trailer and I'm going to put that suspension together on that trailer. I want that suspension done. It shouldn't take me very long. I haven't decided if I'm going to drill holes in that equalizer and put grease zerks in there. I kind of thought about it. It's a good idea, but I just haven't thought about if that's what I want to do. I tried to get the guy to put new backing plates and brakes on it. I mean, the trailer brakes that's on it, I mean, they're junk, and I haven't worked in years. I mean, the brake shoes are rotted off of it almost. So that's how long it's not had brakes on this trailer. But the owner said, nope, don't worry about the brakes. And I'm going, oh, I wouldn't pull a trailer across my driveway without brakes on it. But that's me. Everybody else can accept that liability if they want. I don't want that liability. I don't pull my stuff down the road like that. Anyone know how many Cudas were made in 1970? Oh, man, 1970 Cuda numbers. That's a good question, 1970. I'm going to throw a number out, and I don't know why it's a number that sticks in my head, but something like 23,000 or something like that. I could be wrong there, but I'm thinking something total numbers. Now you start talking about Cuda or Barracuda, that number will change a little. So Cudas were a lot less than the Barracudas. Just saying. I might be exaggerated on the 23, but I'd have to Google that right off the top of my head. $652 Hemi Cudas. Yeah. I knew the numbers were low on the Cuda, just the Cuda badge number. And then you start talking about Hemis, you're talking the limited number of the Hemi Cuda in 70. See, that's the difference. See, the Barracudas were a lot more, I don't think they batched Cudas and Barracudas together. I think they made the Cudas a separate number, and then, said I'd have to 23,000. I thought I was pretty close on the total number of Cudas. Now, Barracudas could be a different number. Now, if you're talking about all Barracuda, Cuda combined, I don't have my phone near me. Can you look that up, David, and see how many actual Cudas were built? Not Hemis, just Cudas totally. And then look up Barracuda. I think there were going to be two separate numbers they'll come up with. That's a good question, though. I've never really, looked at them numbers as what they were. Three hundred non-Hemis. How many Barracudas? That number should be fairly high, I would think. Of course, 70 was the first year for that style. It was the first E-bodies. So numbers may have been lower in 70. First, E-body. Yeah, 38,000 Barracudas. See, I was low. Yeah, I was low at 23. Yeah, I was low at 23. So, yeah. I'm really surprised there's 38,000 Barracudas. I'm really surprised that number, because that was the first year of the E-body. That's a surprising number. That's a number I didn't know. I throw 23 out because, you just don't know. First year of the E-body. Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Lower than that in 71. Yeah. Yeah. I like the 71s better than I like the 70s, but that's me. I like the 71 and the Challenger and the CUDA styles. That's just me. Never done projects. How you doing, Randy? Is it Randy Jr. or Randy? Yeah, I like the 71s. I mean, it's a lot of guys like the 70 Challengers over the 71s. I like the 71 Challengers. I know they're the same body style, but I like the grill in the 71 and I like the tail panel in the 71. And I'm about the same way in the CUDA. I like the 71 CUDAs and that. It's just a personal preference, but yeah. Yep. I'm doing pretty good. Least ways I can see. I still got to use my little cheaters on this little fine print over here. They give me this great big picture of me, and I really don't want a big picture of me. I'd like to have a bigger picture of the chat so I can spy over here on the chat and see it better. But I got to pick up these glasses because, as in the doctor there, had my eyes washed out when I had the bean dust in there and stuff. And he tested my eyes and all that kind of stuff like they always like to do. He goes, yep. He said, you got 20/20 vision. I said, no, I don't. I said, I don't know what I got, but it ain't 20/20. He said, oh, no, there's nothing wrong with your eyesight. That makes about the fourth doctor that's told me, eye doctor that's told me there's nothing wrong with my eyes. And he says, I need to throw these away because he says, if you want to keep using them, he said, keep using them. He said, you'll need them. And he said, there's nothing wrong with your eyes. He said, you got lazy eyes. He said, you just don't want to read. You like looking at the pictures. So he says, your eyes get used to seeing bigger things. So it's not the fact your eyes can't focus because they can. He says, you're just not working them. He said, you got to work your eyes. That's what he told me. I don't know. All I know is I look over here it's on my right-hand side. So the chat is, and I look at it and it's like, if I sit here long enough and I focus at it, I can read every word, not a problem. But if I glance over there, it looks garbly to me, but blurred. But if I sit here long enough, it's like I can read everything there, Yeah. I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know. Is anybody else like that? Randy, you don't have that problem, do you? Of course, you're still younger than me, so I got you all beat by a few years, I'm sure. Had a what was it? 69 Camaro. Yeah, moved to the Philippines and you retired in the Philippines, huh? How you like it over there? I mean, I used to know a guy on the railroad that worked at the railroad here, and he actually lived in the Philippines, but he worked here. But he loved living there. How do you like it? $268s and a 71. Yeah, my brother's got a 71 Challenger RT car, 340 automatic car. It's going to be a nice car if he ever gets it done. I started in on it, and then things got happening, and I thought, well, I better move on to the next project. He's got a couple 71s out there. My nephew's got, I don't know how many my nephew's got. He's got a couple 70. He had a real nice show car 70 Challenger, dual quad sticking up out of the hood. I mean, a 360 car. Well, it wasn't a 360 car, but I mean, it was a 318 car. He put a 360 in it. Island of Bohol? Bohol? Cool. I take it that's where you're at now? Obviously. I mean, you say you live there, so yeah. Duh. I never had an E-body. I've never owned an E-body. I've always been into the A-bodies. You know, I've had a couple B-body cars, obviously. That 75 Roadrunner I had, I wish I had that car back because that was a turnkey driver car. I owned that car 13 years. I loved it. Drove that car every day to work. Went down on Wednesday night test and tune jackpot races. I kind of missed that car. There's a couple cars I missed, like everybody else. There's a couple cars I missed. I had a 79 Bari. I wish I'd kept that car. That was back in the not early 90s. I wish I'd kept that car. That would have been a nice driver race. Run 1130s, 1140s on the track. Could have drove it on the street anytime. Big tired car. Yeah. I've owned a lot of cars, lots. Humble beginnings of a 64 Volkswagen Beetle all the way up to, oh man, up to what I got today. So I've owned all kinds of cars. A lot of Fords, had a lot of Fords. I really can't say much bad about Ford. I mean, I drove them to death, beat on them. I really can't say nothing bad about Ford. I know a lot of we make fun of them and stuff. They make fun of our stuff. So it's a give or take, But I really can't say nothing really bad about Ford, really. Oh, I don't know how many I've owned. I'd venture to say 75 to 80, probably. I go down and write them all down because I can remember every car I had. So some of them I want to forget I had, but that happens. I'll say this. I've never owned an AMC. So now my brother had an AMC Pacer and it's like, oh my God, what a car. What a car. But yeah, I've never owned an AMC. Nope. Never owned a Lincoln. None of that. Nope. I do have I got a passion for the old Fords still. There's some Fords I like. I like the 66 Fairlanes. I like them. I like the 58 Fairlane. I like that old car. I think them cars were neat. Still got a passion for them. Probably never owned one, but I got a passion for them. I think they're very styled car. Yep. I'm trying to think. One of the guys at No Name, man, for some reason I want to say it was one of the guys at No Name's got a 58 Ford he's been working on. It's not Buck does it. It's man, I can't think it is. Can't think of it. Can't think of who he is right off the top of my head. That happens too when you get older. You can picture him, but the name's fleeting. So yeah. Yeah. And they say that about the Mopars too, a little pricey to maintain. But some of it's, too. I mean, I had 68 Ford Fairlane. I had a 69 Torino, and I had a 71 Torino GT. I mean, there's both great cars. Best Ford I ever owned, 70 Ford Maverick. Everybody laugh about that, but man, that car never failed to start. Coldest of winters, always got me where I was going. It was an inline six, 3 on a tree car, take me everywhere I wanted to go. And it never failed. It never left me stranded. Not ever. I drove that car, drove the wheels off of that car. But yeah, 70 Maverick, man. I still think of that car. Yep. That was right before I made the switch to a Plymouth. And the only reason why I bought a Duster is a buddy of mine I went through school with. He traded a 73 Duster in at the Dodge dealer up here in town. And he told me about it. And I said, man, I want to go get that car. So I went up and I bought that car from the dealer. Yeah. He traded it in one day and I owned it the next. So they was happy to get rid of it and I was happy to own it. Yeah. Driver returns on foot. Yeah. Yeah. Massively overpowered and respected. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I've had Ford trucks. I had a Ford van that would get stuck in dry dirt. Honest to God. Got stuck in dry dirt. Wouldn't move. Got in a little rut and that's where it sat. Farmer come down there with his little tractor and pulled me out. Throwing dirt everywhere, but it wouldn't move. Stuck. Yeah. Had it all fixed up. It was a 71 Ford Econoline 302 van, and had her all fixed up in there. Had the shag carpet thing going. That was back in then. Had the DISA plan on the mirror, and yeah, had all that. Yeah, but it wouldn't get out of its own way in dry dirt. That's the only bad thing I'd say about the van. Other than that, yeah. Had a 65 F85 Oldsmobile. That was a neat car. Wish I had it today. It'd be worth some money. But, man, that thing would overheat in a minute. I mean, there was no stopping it either, right? It just keep climbing. It loved to get hot. I drove it like that there for a long time, though. It got hot one too many times. I drove it right into the salvage yard. Yeah, it was done then. So, Bob, you coming down for that Mopar Blast at Gateway? You coming down for that? Thinking about it? Oh, dang. I bet you're going fishing. You know what? I haven't went fishing all this year yet. I keep saying I'm going to go. Haven't went yet. Ain't that sad? Unfinished projects. How you doing, man? Long time no see. Yeah, today was phenomenal. I love that word. That's the best word in the vocabulary, I think. Yep. How you been? How's everybody your way? Healthy, wealthy, and wise, I hope. We're just in here talking about nonsense and cars and whatever kind of pops up. Phenomenal. I knew he was going to say that. How did I know he's going to say that? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I bet you tell everybody else around you that it's phenomenal too, don't you? At work, going to the grocery store. How's your day, sir? It's phenomenal. Yeah. That's a good word. Yeah. That could be the word of the year. I mean, it's just not the word of the day. It just could be the word of the year, phenomenal. All in all, it's been a good year. This year's winding down. I know we got a couple months left, but it really has been a good year despite everything. I ain't talking about the economy or anything else. I mean, we can talk about that, but I'm at least enjoying some health. Yeah, I had allergies. That's kind of be expected. You get stuff in my eyes. That's, that happens. But all in all, I'm fairly healthy, and I hope everybody else is. I don't want to hear about, I'd be saddened to hear people having strokes and heart attacks, and I hate that. That's stressful for everybody. So I'm hoping everybody's in good health. What's this here? I say it's phenomenal. When I'm asked how I'm doing, I say fabulous. That's almost the same. Almost the same, UP. So how's your project coming along? Move over. Yeah. Approaching rapidly. Yeah. Object in the mirror appears to be larger than what it really is because it is. Yeah. No, 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 we don't want to have nothing like that. Nothing like that, David. We want to keep marching forward and enjoy. That's what we're supposed to be doing as best as possible. So that was interesting to see how many Barracudas was actually built. 38,000 of them, man. Yeah. You stop and think about that for 1 year. Because that's how many they produced for just that year. And they changed mid-year. So somewhere around August, I would think they would have changed for the 71 year. So, so they probably would have started like in August of 69, building the E-body, first E-body. I guess that would be right. And then till maybe August. So that's 1 year of production. It is kind of interesting. 38,000 of them. Yeah, I don't want to see anybody. I really don't. I mean, I understand. Knock on wood, thank God. But I've been healthy. I got high blood pressure. I'm a little overweight. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to eat a little better. I mean, some things you can't stop because I already had years of it. But I don't smoke, don't drink, don't do none of that. So I don't put religion out here. I mean, I go to church. So just saying. But I try to do what's right. I try to treat everybody good. I think that's the main thing. Your project is unfinished. Well, with projects, especially cars, almost all of them are unfinished. I mean, even a car that you think is done is never finished. I mean, you always kind of look at it and go, man, I think I'll do this. I don't like the rims on it. I'll put different rims on, different tires on it. I mean, it's always something. It's always something you can look at and say, man, I got a beautiful car. I think I'll change that. So, yeah, the project that is finished is never finished. It's still a project as long as you own it. Because there's always something you might want to do differently. Always. That's a good thing about a project. The boss up there's got a 52 Chevy pickup truck, man. He thinks I need to own that. I don't think I need to own a 52 Chevy pickup truck. I don't think. I mean, I don't know what I'd do with it. I really don't. It's outside of my wheelhouse. And Shelly's in the house. Hi, Shelly. How you doing? Glad you stopped in. Doing okay. I'm doing a lot better than I was yesterday. I had a bunch of bean dust in my eyes. So, yeah. So I got that all taken care of. Looks like my vision's back to almost as normal as it ever was. So I haven't lost any eyesight out of it. So thank goodness for that. So UP, what do you think about a 52 Chevy pickup truck? I think it's a 5-window. I think it is the cab of a 5-window. Man, getting parts for them things. I know you can get LMC. I know you can get brand new parts, but man, the cost of that stuff is. I finally got over my sinuses. Finally. I think David's still fighting with his pneumonia and stuff. And allergies like kick my butt. They just got me this year. I mean, they got me down and held me down and was beating me up. I guess UP left us for a little bit. What do you think about a 52 Chevy pickup truck, David? What do you think? Think I ought to take on something like that? I could paint it John Deere green and yellow. What do you think of that? Well, that'd be a sight. I could drive that down there to No Name. Probably not. I paint enough green and John Deere stuff. Yeah. Here we are with ice cream. Ice cream. I haven't had ice cream in a while, so I'm ready for some. I'm ready for some. Even a banana split. Yeah, even a banana split I'd go with. I guess the live's still running. Everybody sees me okay. I know you probably don't want to see me, but well, it's a Chevy, not much. Yeah, I know. It's outside my wheelhouse. I can tell you that. That's way outside. Drumsticks. I love a drumstick. You notice how much smaller they're making them now, Shelly? How small them drumsticks are? For some reason, I used to see it. I thought they was always much bigger than that. I mean, now they make them, little bitty things. Of course, back years ago, you used to have the Swans truck come around. Man, them drumsticks were really good. They was big ones too. I mean, they was like king size. Well, that was back in the day. I think Swan's been out of business 7-8 years now, I guess. Something like that. 5 or 6 or better. They got bought out and then that company got rid of it. Yes, shrinkflation. Yeah, exactly. Charge you more and give you less on top of it. Yeah, it's kind of like cereal and everything else, Well, I think it was round number 155.5 today that he went and worked on it and tried to get the fuel pump to go, and it's still not working. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. That's usually the most simplest part to put on a Chevy is a fuel pump. Besides putting spark plugs in it. I don't know what's going on there. I don't have an answer there. Ongoing saga. I don't know. I do not know, David. All I know is it's been going on far too long. I know that. But hey, that's a story for another topic for another day, another time. I just that's all I can do too. It's like, oh my God, how can this be? I mean, it's I don't know. I could still buy the gallon of ice cream here. We got Prairie Farms here, so yeah, I can still get all kinds of gallons of it. Now the little cartons and that, now them are gone. Them are gone. But as far as like Prairie Farms still makes the gallon. They make the plastic container gallon, so we still have that here. So that's still available about everywhere. But yeah, the little companies anymore, they just went to, what is it, 2 quarts or whatever it is, ice cream, and charge you about $10. Oh, I could take a nice drumstick right now. Banana split, drumstick. I mean, anything with ice cream on it right now would be really swell. Yeah. It's probably be like Lay's potato chips. You can't eat just one now because they're so small. So you got to eat 2 or 3 of them. David, I guess we could just make a trip, and go up, put a fuel pump on and zero lash. And, we could do that a couple days. I think it's about 1,300 miles. Hop, skip, and a jump, David. Hop, skip, and a jump. Boy, wouldn't that be something? Boy, wouldn't that be the talk? I think I'll just stay here and have ice cream. That's what I think. Yeah, I think it probably. It's sad to say that because I just can't imagine all the trouble with a fuel pump on a Chevy. It boggles my mind. I have put on a few of them. So, yeah, it's like, I've always been lucky enough to push that push rod up and put the fuel pump in. I've always been lucky enough I didn't have to put the longer bolt in there. But, yeah, I've always been lucky enough to shove that up and put the fuel pump to it and bolt it down. It works, you know. I mean, this is the second fuel pump, brand new fuel pump that it's not working. Evidently, it's not working. I don't know. I can't fathom two new fuel pumps not working. I struggle with it. But you can buy it. There's no doubt. You can get a bad one. See, the thing of it is if he don't figure it out, you know, I don't know. I mean, I guess they'd exchange it out any time for him. But I mean, all he's got to do is take it up there and say, "Hey, look, this near's not working. It's not pumping fuel. Give me a new one." You know, I mean, that's all he's got to do is exchange it out there at Napa and march on with it. You know, or just, you know, throw in the towel and say, "Heck with it." I don't know. I don't know. That's all I can do. I can't do anymore. I mean, I just can't. So, and won't. So, yeah, wait for ice cream sounds better. Yeah, a lot more enjoyable. You know, I could sit out on the front porch swing right now with some ice cream right now. Yep. See, when I get a tractor up there, when the boss brings in an old tractor that's not run or anything, first thing, hey, does it run? I don't know. That's what he'll say. I don't know. I said, well, is it motor locked? I don't know. He just bought a tractor. And I'll take and go out there and check it all over, see what it's got, what it ain't got. And then I'm looking to see if that tractor will generate fire for the plugs and all of that. And then if I can get it to fire and it will turn over, that tractor is going to run, and I'm going to stay with it until it runs. I mean, I get dedicated to that stuff. I'm fully committed to when I'm working on an old tractor and I want it to run, I'm going to stay there. I'm just that competitive with myself to make sure that everything I can do is going to help that tractor run or motor. I don't care what it is, but that's me. I'm dedicated to. I'm going to make it run before I leave and go home. That's what I'm going to do. So I just can't go and work on it for 5 or 10 minutes and look at it and go, well, it didn't start today, it didn't run today. I'm running back home. I can't do that. I'm not built like that. I want to know what the problem is, why it ain't, and if it ain't, then I'm going to fix it, and then it will. So that's just me. I'm dedicated to that part of it. Well, that's good, Shelly. You got a good freezer. You can put ice cream in. That's mandatory right there. You got to have a freezer that can hold ice cream for sure. Because it ain't cold enough outside. You'd have to eat ice cream pretty quick if you're outside here, because it's still about 80 degrees outside here. Pardon me while I drink water. I'll never eat in front of you, so that won't never happen. Five locks and 5 a watching. That's good. I like that. I'll take any like that's out there. I'll take anybody watching. Join in the fun here. Well, you would think, Shelly, if the freezer's working right, that the refrigerator would work right because it's kind of working off the same system, same engine. I'll put it that way. I'm wondering if it's not gotten dirty back there. I could be wrong. Gotten dust and built up back there. That's what I'd look to see. I have to clean out behind mine every once in a while too. I've been here 13 years. Been right here 13 years. So I move stuff out to clean around it and stuff like that. But, I don't clean the fridge out, like every day or nothing like that. But about every 3 or 4 months, I have to pull it out, clean it out because it will get dusty in here. Because it's old farmhouse and farming ground around here. So it gets pretty dusty and dirty around here. But not much dust. Okay. Well, that's good. I'm going to take it to temperature gauge, maybe that temperature gauge that's inside the icebox not working right. They got 2 different temperature settings in there. One for the freezer part. You might have a problem with just that, with the temp gauge there. Even though you might have it wide open. Yeah, could have a problem there. So it may just be something simple, something simple for somebody to fix, maybe. Just throwing it out there. Yeah. Yep. Do you put a thermometer inside that refrigerator, Shelly? I always have. I have one in the freezer and I have one in the refrigerator. My icebox, it's an old icebox, but it runs about 34 degrees. So, yeah. Yeah, just buy an old cheap thermometer. Even if you got a thermometer used to check your temperature, just stick it in the icebox. Just see what the temperature runs. That's a cheap, if you got one. Or if you got a meat thermometer that goes down, and it should go down that low. So one of them meat thermometers in there, like off a barbecue grill or something. Just something to see where you're at, I'd say if it's sitting up at 40 degrees, I'd say, yeah, it's got a problem. I said mine runs at 34, so and I'm not on max temperature either, so. Oh, I understand it. When things starts piling on, I get it. I understand it. I really do. Yep. Hell, even when it's as bad as it is, it's not as bad as it could ever be. So it could be a whole lot worse. The icebox could stop working altogether. So it could be a whole lot worse. Be thankful at least you got that portion of it. So I bet payments would be 20 something a week. Rent a center, just saying 28 a week or something like that. Just guessing. Oh shoot, we got 7 watches, 7 likes now. That's awesome. 7. I'll take 7. Thank you all for coming in. Appreciate you being here. Oh, really? You're still paying on that one? Dang. I take it it's not from Rent a Center or something like that. Oh, yeah. Well, everything I got's way beyond. I mean, this refrigerator I got, I think, is from 78, I think it is. I have another refrigerator that I have, and I haven't had it hooked up in years. I need to hook it up and run it. But it was good when I set it back there 13 years ago. I'm sure it'll work fine. Who the knitter made her home. Awesome. Well, you was missed. I can tell you that, Bryn. You was missed. So what's everybody going to do this week? Anybody got any big plans for the rest of the weekend? The weekend's just about over with. I mean, we've got Sunday tomorrow, but that's actually start a new week. But how's everybody's new week getting ready to start up? How's it getting ready to look at? got a beer fridge, and they had to quit drinking beer. Well, yeah. Just think all the money you save, David. Just think of it. Price of beer, yeah. Money saving deal right there. Yeah. Three or four more videos to edit and all that. I wish I could do videos. I don't know what I'm going to do this. I mean, the new phone I got, that Moto G phone, I mean, it works great. Don't get me wrong. I'm having a hard time getting used to the camera stuff on it, but man, it won't let me take any. I can take long videos, but it won't take anything over 3 minutes. It stops at 3 minutes. I don't know what setting it is to make them longer, but I was up at Havana, and I've got a 25-minute film or video sitting in this camera. I can sit and watch it, but I can't do anything with it. It's too long to send to anybody. It won't send it, so it's too long, and I can't post it to my YouTube channel because it won't let me, because it states it's over 3 minutes and 50 seconds long, and it won't let me send it even to my YouTube channel. Now, I used to on my iPhone, I could take a video, an hour-long video with the iPhone, and immediately put it right to my channel, just like you would if it was a short or anything else. And it asks if you want to post a video or link it to the video. Yep, boom, and transfer it right into my YouTube. And now I can't make long form videos now. I don't know what to do with it. I really don't. It aggravates me because everybody says, "Oh, you need to make long videos. You need to make long videos." I can't because the phone won't let me, and the phone won't let me. So if I make a long video, it won't let me transfer it into YouTube at all. I don't know. I can't fix it. I don't know what to do. I guess I'm going to have to buy a $1,500 iPhone that I don't want to buy and I can't afford to buy. But I guess that's the only thing YouTube allows anymore. You got to have a $1,500 phone to post a long form video. Well, then all I do then is if I do it in parts, then it's just a bunch of shorts and I don't get any long form videos. Everybody say, hey, you ain't done a long form video in over a year. Yeah, exactly. The iPhone I got's too old. It's antiquated now, and it won't even access YouTube. It has it in it, but I can't access my channel with it because it has the old ISO system in it. So I don't know. I mean, it's AT&T service phone, obviously, but the phone itself has some setting in it, and I've tried to find a setting to change the length of the videos, but I can't find it in there. I can't find it. And as soon as any video gets to 3 minutes and 50 seconds, it will delete the video. It'll say, you're full. You can't do any more than that. But I got a 25-minute video up there that I took up at Havana at the Nostalgia Drags up there. There is a 25-minute video sitting in this phone, and I can't do anything with it. I'd love to post it because I think it's one of my better videos, and it's about cars and stuff. So it's like, I can't do anything with it. It's just frustrating me. Yeah, I've never had to. I understand about getting an editing program or whatever, but I've never had to edit any of my videos, and even my long forms that I'd done before with the old iPhone, I never edited them. I just transferred them over from video right into the YouTube channel. Done a description of it, and boom, it posted a long video. And the phone won't do that. It won't let me do it. I can do all kinds of short 3 minutes, 3 minutes and 50 seconds. That's it. That's the longest video I can post right now. And that's just a short. It won't do anything on. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know. I'd hate to buy a $1,500 iPhone. I'd hate to do that just to post videos on my YouTube channel. Yeah, that's a possibility to transfer them to this laptop, but I don't know. I haven't done that. And I hate to say it, David, I'm stupid when it comes to computers. I mean, I barely get this live to come up and run. And, if I had to do anything special, I probably couldn't do it. As far as transferring out of my phone, I'd probably transfer everything into my phone and post everything on my phone on YouTube. That would be my luck there, Yeah, that'd be phone numbers and everything posted out there. That'd be my luck. Everything could download on the phone, then the phone would be useless. Yeah, that's how it would go for me. That'd be pretty wild. I don't have too many phone numbers in my new phone, only just because I could still use the old one for phone calls, and that's the one I use phone calls with, the old phone. But they said by the end of the year, it won't even access Facebook. So right now, it accesses Facebook and Messenger, and it's a telephone. But any other app I got on the phone, I don't care if it's a game app, it won't access it. It just won't do it. So hey, more, I think you got to have an iPhone 10 will access till the end of the year. That's what they told me. You got to have something better than an i10. So, because they're every 6 months they're eliminating certain series of phones right now. I mean, you can still use them for phones. You still use it for phone, but apps and all that stuff will start going away from them. So, and that's what's happening to this one here. I used to be able to get into my bank with my phone a couple weeks ago. That app's dead now. I can't access it. It wants me to update it, and I can't update it. So I hate it when they do that. I mean, the phone works perfectly fine, and it worked perfectly fine the day prior to, saying, okay, this is the end, Yeah, that's what I'd have to look at is a minimum of 11. I think 11 series will be done mid-year next year, the end of next year. It'll be done. It'll be what they call a vintage phone, and they'll no longer do the updates on it. See, my iPhone 7 Plus I got goes to like ISO 15. Well, right now the minimum is 16 ISO in order to do apps and stuff like that. So yeah, I think I'd be looking at 15 if he's going to stay in the iPhone game for a while. I think the 15 is probably where they want you to be at. That's $1,000 phone. So I got a video from a guy on this new phone today who sent it to David and it won't send. So yeah, it won't send it. So, and it should, but it won't. The old iPhone would have, but it won't now, obviously. Yeah, you're good for a while. Because right now you got to have, mine's 15. It's 15's a dead player. Is what I can tell you. So by the end of the year, I won't even be able to get on Facebook with it or Messenger. By the end of this year, so months, I can still use the phone, and I can still use the phone after that for phone calls and stuff. But the internet, I still pay for internet on that phone. So. And here's the real kicker. I went to AT&T and was going to buy a new phone, get the update. I was going to stick with the iPhone. That's what I had. It'd be a simple transfer of stuff, easy. They don't want to give me my same phone number. They want to give me a brand new phone number. And it's like, I've had this phone number for 15 years. I don't want to go back through everything I got and transfer phone numbers. I don't want to do that. But they said there's no way I can transfer that phone number. That's what they're telling me. So I know everybody says, well, it's a federal law. They're supposed to. Evidently not. So, because I've tried it 3 different stores and all of them told me the same story. I went to Verizon, went there. Verizon's worthless here. So, yeah. They just said that phone number is not transferable to the new phones. And they said same way with all the information on this old phone. They said none of that, because the new phones don't carry a SIM card. It's all, I don't know, microchipped or something. It no longer has SIM cards in these new phones. That's what they're telling me. I don't know. It's beyond me. A Moto is what I got now. A brand new phone's a Moto. Yep. I kind of like the operation of the phone, but it won't let me do the videos. It won't let me do long form videos for YouTube. It will not post them. And it won't. I have a 25-minute video from Havana. That is in my phone. I can access it. I can watch it, but I can't send it to nobody. I can't transfer it over to YouTube. I don't know about transferring it over to the laptop. I'm ignorant on that stuff. I'll tell you right straight up front. And I'd hate to bother anybody about trivial stuff about trying to post videos on YouTube. I hate bothering anybody. So just hate bothering people. I like helping people, but I don't want to be a bother. Everybody's got their own, busy lives. So just me. I don't know what brand of Motorola I got. It's a Moto. I'm sorry. Moto phone's what I got. Like I said, there should be a setting in there or something that I could access to change the length of the video to post, but I don't know what it is. Yeah, you told me that before about simple transfer. See, and I got Wi-Fi here in the house, so would I still need to hook a hard line from my phone to the laptop to download the video? Or would it do it Bluetooth? I don't know. So I'd have to have the app in the laptop too, as well as the phone? Is that what you're saying, David? Oh, yeah, I got Wi-Fi. Yeah. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, yeah. Moto G. I don't know what phone mine is. It's in the other room. I can bring it up here. So hang on. We'll get it. How about that? We'll do that. Okay. I'm back. Well, sitting down. Yes, one of those. Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. Yeah. Couldn't tell you what style this is. Don't know. Ain't that? I don't know. It's a Moto G. That's what it is. Moto G. I got the original box right here. Yep. Don't know the exact model, but G, I guess. I guess that's what we'll call it, a G. Yeah, I like the operation of the phone, but like I said, I don't like the idea of the long form videos not being able to transfer rights directly to YouTube. Guy used to be able to do it with the iPhone. I would have thought I'd still be able to do it here, but it won't do it. I like simple. Just hit my YouTube stuff. Got a video, transfer it to YouTube, go to YouTube. It was so simple. Now it's complicated. I got to jump through hoops somehow. If I want to do long form video, I've been wanting to do a video. I haven't done a long form video on YouTube in over a year now. So that tells you. Everything I've done's been on shorts, even with this new phone, because it won't do the long. So maybe you're right, David. Maybe I need to download that simple transfer deal. And yours has a built-in stylus. I don't know about a stylus. There ain't nothing here on a stylus here that I see. Yep. Yep. Don't know nothing about a stylus or anything. I mean, it's just yeah, just that. I don't know. Said I'm an idiot when it comes to computers and all that stuff. So can I use my charging cord and take it from my phone to a laptop and put it right in my photos on the laptop and then maybe work it that way? Yeah, I don't have a pen with this phone. Yeah. Don't say nothing about a pen on the box or nothing. Said I've had that phone a while because I knew I was having trouble with the iPhone. So I thought, well, I couldn't get on YouTube no more. So I bought this phone. So just to get on my YouTube channel because I couldn't get on the YouTube channel no more. Couldn't do anything. No warning, no nothing. Just poof, woke up next morning and it wouldn't access. Yep. Couldn't. I could get on, what is it? I mean, my TV's Wi-Fi. I could get on YouTube channel on the TV, but I couldn't access it through my phone. That's how wild that was. Woke up the next morning. It's like, what's going on? Shut the phone off, turn it on. That didn't help. Nothing helped. I don't know. So that's why I haven't done any long form videos because I'll have to figure that out. I'll probably have to get David on the phone and he'll have to tweak me through this, and he can cuss at me about zero lash. Yeah, I'll have to get it top dead center, zero lash before I can get it to work. Oh God, that's wrong. Sorry, that was wrong. You can laugh, David, because you know where I was going with that. That's probably what's wrong with it. Valve timing's off. Ain't got no gas in it. Yeah. Oh God. It could be worse, I guess. Could be worse. Episode number 155.5. Yep, gonna work on this phone one more time. See if I can get it started. Oh God. I didn't do that, did I? That's coffee abuse. Oh God. I could have so much fun. I just can't do it. Can't do it. Oh geez. Why, David? Why? Yeah, can't never done nothing. Exactly. and can't still doing nothing. It's really not in my vocabulary, the word can't. Oh, man. I wish I could send that video to you, David. I really do. Got to figure out a way. Yeah. Well, don't cough. Oh, my. Don't do that. Well, uh, let's see here. See if I can find it. Okay. Okay, there's the video. I got the video here. See, it won't even download it. And let's see here. Forward to, you see it, it only wants to forward to my group on Messenger. It don't want to forward it to email. It doesn't give me that option. Now, and I can't find, I'm sorry to be boring here. I'm trying to look in here for the video. See, that's what I mean. I'm completely illiterate here when it comes to where something is. It said it downloaded it, but yet it's nowhere here in my phone. See, this phone has a cloud backup. It's kind of like the iPhone iCloud system backup, but okay. Let's see here. It has share, which is just going to take it back to my clients list on Messenger. I can edit, or I can add to. So what do I add to? Album and lock folder. That's all it will do. I don't know. I'll probably have to get David on the phone and try to figure this out. But it won't let me send it to email. It doesn't have that option. It don't give me an option to send it to email. I don't know. It's just one of them things. I mean, new phones just, I mean, like I said, I'll probably end up buying $1,000 phone and I won't be any further than what I am right now. I'll still be frustrated about it. And I don't want to buy $1,000 phone. I've been not wanting to buy $1,000 phone now since first of the year. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. It's frustrating me because I got videos I can post and I can't post them. So, frustrating. Yeah, I'd like to, Shelly. I'd love to put it to the email, but it don't give me an option to send it to email or nothing like that. I can send it to Messenger or SMS. But it's too big for SMS. SMS won't take a a 12-minute video. Won't do it. 1 minute video is all I'm allowed on SMS, and that was the same way with the iPhone. 1 minute video is all I could send. And that's just text message to somebody. It don't have that option, Shelly. That's the problem. It does not give me an option to send that video to my email at all. Yeah. Let's see here. What can I do? Yeah, it does not have an option for none. I can create an album. I can add it to an album. And I can share it to people on my friends list. But it won't go to SMS because it's too large for SMS. It won't go to Messenger because it's too big on Messenger. I don't know. I don't know. Only thing I can hope to do is do like David said, try to download it off the phone and to there. Yeah. It does not give me an option to share it to my email. Yeah, it's not there. Zip drive. That's possible. I have to get a zip drive. Boy, that's a mess. I did send it to myself on Messenger. That's how I got to tried to send it to David. It won't send it. It's too large. There's no option to send it to my email. I have no option on this phone to send any video to any of my, any email I have. It won't do it. There's no option there. The iPhone had that. Yes. The iPhone, I could do email. I could send it to anybody's email I have. But this phone doesn't have that capability of going to email. That's all I can tell you. There's no option in there in this phone to send it to an email. I wish there was. There's not an option there. They don't give it to me. It won't send it to Messenger because it's too big. Yep, it's too big. It's over 12-minute video. It will not send. Yeah, I'm sure there's a way to make this happen. I just, as it stands right now, it's kind of dead in the water. I got a video I can sit here and enjoy, but I can't share it with anybody. Not right now anyway, until I figure out a way to either put it in this here computer. In this computer, I don't know how I'd have to send it to an email to David and go a roundabout hard way. What used to be, I could send this, but not anymore. It just won't do it. Yes. I don't know. I mean, sharing video. Got the video. Here's there. It's captured, ready to send. I can either create a link, I can add it to an album, or I can create an album, or I can send it to somebody in Messenger, but it won't go to Messenger because it's too big. It's too large a file. I'd have to cut it down to almost nothing. A 3-minute video is all I can send in Messenger. That's always been that way, even with the iPhone. 3-minute video is it. I can't send anything larger than 3 minutes. So it won't even post to Facebook because it's too large for Facebook. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to go from. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I guarantee you, my 5-year-old grandson could grab a hold of that phone and have it sent to the guy in about 3 minutes. I guarantee you, my 5-year-old grandson could do it. But I'm too old, so I don't see the button that says here, send that to email. I don't have it. Yeah, and all the options. I pushed a couple of options already, and it's like it has an option to put it to YouTube, and I've done that, and it says the file is too large for YouTube. A 12-minute, 50-second video clip is too big for YouTube. I don't get it. So I'm just lost on that. I'll just have to remain an idiot. So, yeah. It will work the way I was explaining it. I have to compose an email. Yeah, get out of there. Get out of that. Go to that. Let's see here. Well, I don't know how I'm going to add my email to this. That would be my next little issue, David. This has Gmail, and I don't have a Gmail account. Let's see here. How can I don't know how I can get around it. Try to get around it here. Maybe I can go around it here in a minute. We'll see. Yahoo is all I've ever had, except for, the iPhone has its iCloud email deal. So, let's see. I'll have to get your email and see if I can set that away, I guess, David. I can probably do it through my Yahoo and then send it to you like that. I'll have to get your email. Yeah. I might be able to send it that way. Okay. All right. I'll work on that after I get off this live. I'm sorry to bore everybody about this, and it did grab my attention. So anyhow, back to the chat now. We'll move on from that disaster. Boring stuff. Almost sounded like Zero Lash. Sorry. I get what you're saying now, David. I have to go to my email and then send it to you in a file. Yeah. Okay. I'm kind of smart on a lot of things, but I'm dumb when it comes to computers. That's just me. I'm sorry. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, Bob, Shelly, everybody. Sorry. Bryn, I apologize for being that way. I just took up about 15 minutes of everybody's time talking about this. That's probably about as hard for me as putting on a fuel pump. I could be wrong. Just saying. Yeah, I know. I know there's somebody out there who's just saying, man, I want to come over and just beat that phone on top of his head. Yeah, I know. I had to go there though. I get frustrated like everybody else. I mean, I'm the same way. I just after a while though, I just got to set it down and just go on about my day because I can't let that ruin my day. So because it's not the end of the world. It's not. It's not even a smallest portion of how bad they. It's just a phone and it's just a video. So it's not. It's just frustrating for a moment. Okay, the moment's over with. So yeah. I still think ice cream will fix it. Now, whether or not I put it in a bowl of ice cream and put it in the refrigerator, I don't know. That might fix it, but just say it. There's Robbie. Hey, how you doing, Robbie? Long time no hear, man. I'm live. The computer stayed live all this time. I can't believe it. How you doing? Come out here and get that duster and go racing and yeah, just I probably am missing some of that. Believe that or not. Yep. I probably need some of that excitement, some of that adrenaline. Yep. I hope you hurry up and get back here. I'm tired. I need a break. Better than yes, it is. I'll admit it is better than ice cream. Yep. Yep. Be here on the 15th. Okay. Well, just come this weekend and get it over with now. How about that? Yep. Ice cream. Yep. Is this Fat Bob's? Fat Bob, how you doing, man? Glad you jumped in here. Where are you from? I love ice cream. I don't get it very often, but I love ice cream. I think ice cream will fix everything. Well, just pretend it this weekend, Robbie. Just pretend it and just come on down. You might as well, get started early. Nothing like a warm up. They're having let's see, is it, yeah, this weekend, Havana. They got a 2-day race at Havana. I guess Gary's going to be up there for that. I think Cole's going to race Saturday and Gary's racing the car Sunday. I take it that's what they're doing. So you know. So see, you could come down, say like Friday, and go racing Saturday, Sunday. See, you could do that, Robbie. Just saying. We just had a big long discussion about my phone, trying to download videos. That turned into yeah. I'm smart on a lot of stuff, Robbie. You know that, but boy, I'm dumb when it comes to trying to figure out how to make these computers do what I want it to do. I'm looking for that button that says easy. Easy. I want to push that easy button. Yeah. Oh, I'm smart on a lot of stuff. I'm just not educated on the other part of stuff. I can fix a lot of stuff. So what you been doing, Robbie? Working, I assume. I'm computer. What's that? See, I got to get devices. Stoop loop. Oh, I used to not have that problem with the old iPhone when it was working. It was fine. It just, they said, okay, you're not going to access that no more. Like I said, it just, it changed like that. I hate changing like that. It's not like I'm changing my password. It's not allowing me to do something I've always been doing for 4 or 5 years. And it stopped the very next morning. I was on it that night, doing good. Next morning, woke up, I couldn't get into half the apps on my phone. It just that fast. And I don't know why it done it like that. They sent you no warning or nothing. So it's like an abrupt change, and I'm sitting there trying to figure out what to do. That stinks. Yeah. I don't mind changing some things. If it's better, makes it easier, faster, better, that's okay. But when it just stops it completely and you can't access it no more, and they don't give you a reason why, that sucks. Well, I'm in Illinois too. Yep. Fine state of misery. Yep. Getting by, but barely getting by state. That's what I call it. Getting by, but barely getting by. Cat likes queso. Yeah, that word. Queso. Likes queso. So what do you do there, Fat Bob? I just call you Bob? What do you do? What do you work on? What kind of projects you got going on? I got a 73 Dart Sport that I'm working on. Been working on far too long. Getting by getting by the hose day. Yeah, you're right. Still got them guys down there in Kentucky wants me to move down there in Kentucky really bad. And they said, man, you need to get down here. You make some money and da 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 da. Man, I hate to say it's scary. It's scary, Robbie. That big change. I mean, that would be scary to move down there in a state you don't know nobody around you except a couple of guys. Boy, that would be. I mean, my family's all around here. I'm going to grant it and tell you straight up, my family don't come and see me, so hardly anybody. I usually have to go to somebody. If I'm going to see somebody, I have to jump in my truck and I have to go see them. Not hardly anybody darkens this driveway. So, and after about 14 years, I've just come to accustomed to that. That's just the way that is. So, well, I've got some family down in Florida, not towards Jacksonville, but more down in Lakeland area, that area over there. I do have some family in that direction. They keep telling me to move down there too. And then I talked to Dave at DRC, and he said, oh, it gets horrible hot down here. So, you know, it gets hot here too, but I'd have to do some side work because Social Security don't pay me enough to, just to live on the Social Security side of things. They just don't. So I'd have to get side work. So I don't know how Florida is about side work and all that stuff. I don't know. Yeah, them hurricanes. I mean, we are sticking out there like a foot out there, and them hurricanes are coming from every direction. Yeah, that's kind of, yeah. Of course, we get tornadoes here, so there's tornadoes and wind damage here. So I mean, you know. Yeah, that's just time to party. Hurricane party, yeah. I can see it now out there on the beach watching a hurricane come in there. Yeah. Yeah, I'd be partying. Yep. Robbie, what do you think about Florida? Yeah, I'd really be alone down there. That's, Robbie, it's bad enough here, really. I mean, but to be honest, I mean, it's really sad. But I mean, that's the way it is. I can't change that part of it. I'm a friend to a lot of guys around here, and you know that, Robbie. If they call me, hey, I need a hand, I'll be the first guy. If I can get there, I'll be the first guy in their driveway to help them. But they sure don't darken this driveway. Yeah, and you know that for a fact. So, and that's fine. It's just the way the makeup of some people are. It's just the way that is. Yeah, I got family. Well, me too. I raised 6 children. 5 of my own. I got a son that's within 5 miles of me, and grandkids there. I mean, I've been over there, been to birthday parties, and I've done all that kind of stuff. I might miss a few here and there, but yeah. Oh, you're retired? Well, I'm retired too, but I work. Trust me, I work harder now than I ever did when I worked. I hate to say that. I can tell you this, had I not gotten hurt like I got hurt, which really kind of forced my retirement. Had I not gotten hurt, I'd still be working. I wouldn't have took Social Security. I'd still be working. I can tell you, had I not gotten hurt, I'd still be working. I'd probably work. Because I can make more money working than what Social Security does. That's what I tell you. So it's sad that it's that way, but I wasn't very smart when I was younger, Bob. That was my problem. There's a lot of things I wish I could, if there was a do-over button, I want to push it now, because I could see everything now where I screwed up. I can tell you, but I can't. I got, these are the hand that I dealt myself. So I just try to do the best I can with what I got and try to help others as much as I can. So, yeah, I wasn't very smart. So, Social Security is all I got. I got a small little thing out of the Teamsters retirement, but that ain't nothing to really write home about. But, other than that, it's whatever I can make on the side. And I work anymore. It's 3 to 4 days a week now working. And that's, that pretty much gets me by. But that's not what I envisioned when I, retired. I really kind of thought things would be a little different, but it's not. So I'm sure you do something on the side, don't you, Bob? Okay. Okay, cool. Glad to meet you, Bob. Welcome in here. We just kind of talk about off the wall stuff and whatever comes to mind. Sometimes it's about phones. It could be about ice cream. You just never know. It could be cars, trucks, planes, trains, automobiles. I mean, lions and tigers. Oh my! We'll talk about anything really. So it's just kind of a get together community kind of thing. Get to know everybody, make friends. That's really what it's all about. Somebody's got a question about something, want to know something, we'll try our best to answer it. I'll try my best. If I know, I'll give it to you. Yep. Yeah. We can talk about zero lash and fuel pump installations. I mean, we can do all that, top dead center. Yeah, we can. Oh, that's so wrong, David. Sorry. But we can talk about that stuff too. Yeah. Mainly ice cream. We can mainly talk about ice cream here. Because I'm firmly a believer that ice cream will fix everything. So. Yeah, and more ice cream. Yeah, exactly. Or drumsticks. Yeah, drumsticks, still ice cream. Yeah. But shoot, we'll talk about anything. Racing cars, all that. Robbie's got a nice black Duster. It runs pretty bad fast. I sold my race car last year, so I'm no longer a drag race guy per se. I can still go out and race with the best of them anytime. So yeah, we talk about a little bit of everything in here, Bob. Yeah, that black Duster is Robbie's. Yep. He's the owner of that car. So oh, don't feel like that, Bren. Got a whole family out here. You think it's a pooch? Yeah. Okay. Hey, I seen Paul posted. I guess he got a new motor down his car. They run like a 596. Yeah, just so as you know, you just posted it right before come on live. So just so as you know, run a 596. They're down in Paducah, Kentucky right now racing. So. Oh, we're not that far away, Shelly. I mean, we're not next door. Not that far away. Like to fish. Well, Bob in here, Bob loves to fish. So he's Robbie's buddy. I don't know where he's at. He might have left for the day. I don't know. But Bob that's in here, he loves to fish. He does lots of fishing. Well, my car was nicer, but it was a whole lot slower, Robbie. I love to fish. I just ain't had a chance to go fishing this year. I didn't do much fishing last year. I think I went a couple times last year. I don't know. I mean, today I could have went fishing today, but I still like, well, I went up and checked on parts on the trailer, make sure everything's there, because I don't want to get right in the middle of the job and go, okay, I'm missing 2 brackets, for the suspension. I didn't want to do that, so I checked it all out because I had time to go get parts if I needed them. So I wanted to make sure everything was there for first thing Monday, because I'm going to put the suspension to that trailer. I'm going to get that done, and then we'll march on to priming and painting it. So. Moving on to 4th round already. Wow. No gator fishing? Oh, come on. Shelly, let's do some gator fishing. That'd be fun, I think. Well, shoot, Robbie, I can't give you any good news. Every time I think I got a scoop on something, I'm already behind. So I can't even tell you any good news. Here, I thought I was on the top scale there of inside information. I was like inside information guy. Shoot, you're already on top of it. So it's already day old, and it's only been an hour and a half or so. Least ways I'm drinking water, David. Drinking water. The only thing I'm missing is a salad. It's the only thing I'm missing. One of them big salads. Zero lash. Oh, it probably would have been a 570 car. That's what I think. Maybe a high 60. But yeah, probably a 570, somewhere in there. 80. 60 on a good day, 70, 80s on a normal day. That's what I think, Robbie. Could be wrong. Yeah, you can drink too much water. Yep. Yeah, you can drink too much water. There's no doubt. I guess the reason why is there's not a lot of minerals in water, so they want you to drink something that's got other products in it. I drink milk. I'll drink milk. I'll go through a gallon of milk a couple of days. I love milk, but I drink other stuff too. So once in a while, I'll have a lemonade, but that's still not much of nothing. But I'll drink other stuff too. I don't like energy drinks too much. I have drank a couple, but I'm not a big energy drink guy, but I will drink it. Like if I was sandblasting and that heat and stuff, I'd drink that more than I would the water. That's me though. But I'm mainly water and milk. I don't drink. The only time I drink tea is if I go out to eat somewhere, I'll have tea. Yeah, I won't drink water, but I'll have tea. I don't know what that is. It's just mental with me, I guess. But yeah, get to go see Brandon. You go see a lung doctor on the 15th, then, huh? Well, we'll pray that everything comes out really good for you, Brand. And it will. You'll be fine. Yeah, live one day at a time. Oh, and fish. Yes. Yeah, fish. I got you. Yep. 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 I agree with that. 100%, Bob. Yeah. And have ice cream once in a while, either homemade or, your favorite. But yeah, yeah. I'm not saying daily ice cream, but you got to have ice cream at least once, twice a week. You got to have some ice cream. Yeah. Yep. Now, Shelly, milk ain't nasty. I mean, you got ice cream. I mean, that's what ice cream is. It's just milk. Just say it. It could have been a 560 car. Yeah. 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 I kind of figured that 512 I was building would probably put it right in there. I kind of figured 70s, 80s. Now, another guy said no, said probably a 60 car. But, I don't know. I'll never know. I'll never know. A car's for sale, but I ain't buying it back. So I can't do a dedicated drag car anymore. I just, when you're by yourself, you just can't do that. So it takes too much. Sad to say that nowadays. I wouldn't have never said that a couple years ago. But after I had my injury and stuff, it's a little harder to do stuff than it used to be. So took a lot out of me. That did. I mean, I'm healthy, but yeah, it's just tough. It took too much to turn that car into a street car. It took too much. I mean, that car had too many modifications. I'm not saying you couldn't, but man, it would not have been pretty very long. So this car had aluminum tubs in it, aluminum floor pans in it. Didn't have any inner rocker panels in it to keep the rocks out of the firewall, all of that stuff. So I mean, it was a dedicated car. It had title and tags and all that stuff. It had brake lights. It had everything it needed to be a street car. It had all that, David. It would have too much to make her go on the street. I can tell you that. The motor would have been fine, but it's the rest of it. You go driving a car like that anywhere around where I'm at, why the rocks it throw holes into the wheel tubs. So I'd had to do something with wheel tubs, and then no panels inside the front fenders. Why I'd just beat top of the fenders and hood to death. So that's what I'm saying there. I'd had to build something inside the front wheel wells to keep the rocks. So yeah, you could just see a rock, 35, 40 mile an hour down one of these roads I'm on, a rock pick up out of the front tire, go right through the hood. That would not have been swell. So that was, I mean, I looked at putting it on the street. Me and another guy, besides Robbie, I mean, we talked about it. And it's like, it just take too much. I mean, the body itself just wasn't, it wasn't like, I mean, it had fenders, steel fenders and quarter panels, but up underneath it was all aluminum up underneath that car. And it had, M1432 slicks on the back of it. Even if I put, the same size in a street tire with street tread on it, why, it'd throw the rocker plump through the aluminum tub. It wasn't like that at all. Yeah, that car is about 500 pounds. Yeah, about 500. And, I could have made my car a lot lighter, Robbie, but, I want it to look nice and I want it to be comfortable. So anybody be comfortable in my car. I mean, really surprises me the guy's got it up for sale. It really surprised because he never raced it. Because when he picked it up out here, I told him, I said, that car come off the drag strip, it'd go right back on it right now. I told him, I'll take you right now and take it to the drag strip, but he didn't want to do that. But that's what he should have done. He should have raced the car a couple times before he decided to make any changes. I mean, the shifter, that was an easy throw the shifter out of there. I hated that shifter. I hated that shifter from day one, but I put up with it. I raced it for years. So, but that was just me. So, but he immediately threw the shifter out of there and put one of them other shifters in it. And that was the last I heard about it. Other than the fact it went up for sale. So that's all I know. Yeah, it was a beautiful car. Right? I love that car. I mean, I put every nut and bolt in that car. Helped bend every bar on it. Done a ton of body work on that car. So yeah, to say the least, I hated to get rid of it, but I knew I had to. So I couldn't do a dedicated drag car anymore. Just couldn't do it. Yeah, shifter ain't nothing like putting a fuel pump on. I can tell you that right now. I mean, yeah, I'd rather change a shifter than I'd be on a fuel pump. I can tell you that. I mean, I think right now I probably wouldn't touch a Chevy fuel pump change right now. I'd be scared to do one. Just saying. I'll jump on that subject just for a minute, David. I want to know why it's not pumping. I'd have to know why. Brand new pump. Why is it not pumping? I mean, if it's bad, take it back, put another one in. It can't all be bad. But hey, I regret. I don't know. Operator error. Yeah. How can that be? A rod and 2 bolts. How can that be? We ain't talking about one attempt here. We ain't talking about one attempt. We're talking several attempts. I'll tell you right now, it'd take me about 15 minutes to figure it out real fast. I wouldn't walk away until it was fixed. But that's me. 15-minute job will turn it into drama city. I don't get it. Frustrates me because it does frustrate me. I'm sorry. It baffles me. I'm just baffled. But I don't know. I don't know. Wish I knew, but don't. If he was just a couple hours away, I'd done been there and fixed that. I'll point this out too. I don't care how people feel about him. To me, it's about the car. I don't care about all the other junk that's laying there. I don't care. I just care about the car. To me, it's about the car. If the motor is no good, move on from the motor and do something else. I'll just put it that way. That's all I hate to get into it because I'm frustrated about it. So, anyhow, moving on. So, Robbie, you're going to be down the 15th, 14th. coming the 14th, be here the 15th, I guess. I'll have to mark that on the calendar. Yeah, I've done that too. You know, swapped a motor a night and drove it the next day. Motor tranny go out, change tranny. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm older now and it'd take me a harder time to do it now, but I still think I could change a motor and a tranny on a weekend and still drive it the next day. I think I could still do that. Yeah, yeah. I've changed that stuff all by myself out in the garage. I've done that. So back when I had a garage, of course, I got a shed, but I ain't got a garage. I mean, I got a garage available to me now. So, but yeah, there's no doubt. I think if I needed a motor, I could get a motor in my Dart. I mean, I 8 hours it'd be running. Motor training be in it because I got drive shaft ready to go, transmission ready to go, converters ready to go. Everything's ready to go for my Dart Sport, and all I need is the motor. So that's where I'm at with that. So I got that figured out, but I mean, I'm just going to take my time now because I got time. But I also know that after the first of the year, time gets away, because usually March, April, they start up racing. I'm not saying I'm going to race this car. I'm going to race the car, but I ain't going to race it like I would, I'll just drive it down there to the track and race it and bring it home. If I want to go somewhere else with it, I'll put it on a car trailer and I'll trailer it there and race it. But as far as a dedicated race car, no, I just can't do that by myself. I'm by myself and doing that stuff it takes more than one person to pull that off all the time. So yeah, well, see, I don't have a wife anymore. So yeah, you're fortunate the wife helps you and stuff, and that's good, but I'm just me. I'm all by myself. So there are many times I loaded up that car, put it on the trailer to go to the track, and it's like come in the house and get everything ready and just sit out there and look at the car and go, you know what? I ain't going to unload the car, put stuff back. I went down to the track, loaded it all up, went all the way down to the track, pull in, unload it, sit there a little bit, load it right back up and leave. Everybody, where are you going? I'm done. I'm going home. So, you sit there all by yourself, and nobody talk to. So it's like, it ain't like it used to be anymore. So drag racing's changed that much for me. So it got to the point where it wasn't fun. I used to enjoy it. That's what I built the car for, is to enjoy it. And it's like, man, everybody I knew that I raced with all got out of it and all stopped, all quit. I hate to say that, but that's how it works. So, yeah, it's tough to do it by yourself. Unload the car, you sit in a chair there by yourself, next to the car, and everybody else, the few guys that I didn't do know down there, I mean, they all sit in these big old RVs, and it's like, dude, they're in their locked houses. You can't go and talk to them no more. We all used to sit out, the car trailers, sit and shoot the bull for a while. And, those days are long, long gone now. So, unfortunately, some of them's got out of drag racing. Some of them don't race at the track no more. They go other places. So So then there's that. And then, a couple of the guys that I do know race once, twice a year. So they're not doing it much anymore. So, yeah. That's why I wanted to build something I could turnkey. I could go drive. It'd be nice enough I could take it to a car show. And that dart sport will fill that. It'll look okay. It won't be the drag car by no means. It won't be that showy, but it'll be okay. It'll get me there and back, and I can drive it. Anybody can drive it. So, am I going to make it worth its while to put together? Oh, yeah. I'll try to make the motor run presentable. I'll put it that way. It won't be no slouch. Won't be a pooch for a street car. Won't be a pooch. Yeah. Yep. Well, I'm looking at that clock up there, which is way over here. It says I've been for 2 hours and 41 minutes and 50 seconds. I can't believe it's been live that long. Anyhow, I'm going to get off of here because it's been 2.5 hours, over 2.5 hours. Man, I appreciate you all 8 that's liked, all 5 that's watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for coming in. Robbie, I appreciate you coming in. Bren, thank you very much. David, everybody. Bob, if you're still here, thank you for stopping in. I try to have a live about every Saturday night. Hopefully this next Saturday night, unless I'm at the drag strip. I may be at the drag strip Saturday in Havana, Illinois. I don't know yet. Maybe. We'll see. Anyhow, thank you all. Take care. Take care of one another. Take care of your family. I hope you all are safe and sound and you all get healthy, wealthy, and wise. So anyhow, good night. God bless you all. Thank you.